Quick sponsor check here. EasyWhistle.com. Check out the fiction series, wrestling fiction series, To Be the Best. Links on Matt Men, as well as Hononegah Wrestling Club and Video Infinity, JD Oliva. Check out his highlight videos.
Again, in on a shot, trying to keep him in bounds, wasn't able to score. And again, y'all JD, a special thanks. That video he puts on right before the state finals is just well worth just being there in order to see it. And he basically does that for the good of the sport of wrestling. So he does a lot of things through his company. They do produce real nice highlight videos if you got some things you'd like for your son's memories as far as wrestling contacting. In on a nice tight shot is Lutzow. He's got to be able to lift it to score. Notice how he walked him so he could try and finish it in the mat. And there he gets the 2.
And that's the thing about that small circle. These kids are become so athletic now. They need more room. We got to figure a way to get that bigger. Oh, he's caught up here with the split.
Yeah, he just has to hook the leg, and he'll be able to get a stalemate if nothing else. He's got the leg hook. Just stay right there, and you'll be able to get a stalemate.
Or if he drops to that butt, they're going to let him wrestle.
Yeah. There we go out of bounds. 2-0, 50 seconds left here in the first period.
Hey, Andre, you were saying how many of these Dvorak tournaments you've been to. You got a favorite memory over the years coming to this tournament?
Well,
I guarantee when Mario won it, that has to be the best memory.
Well, that was a good one. It was actually the semifinal match that you have online. I like that one, but I think if I take my kid out of it, the day that I sat, I want to say it was right there, and I watched the Albert White and Mike Benefield lose back-to-back. I mean, I didn't think I would ever see that because I kind of came up with those 2 kids. And to see them lose back-to-back, that was an awesome day. I want to say that was 2007. I mean, that was just amazing. These are guys that you don't think will ever lose.
Yeah, same thing for me. I think we were sitting Matt's side actually broadcasting when Lucas Roth beat Albert White. And I think that's the most excitement I've ever seen in this gym.
More than when Hecox won?
I don't know.
We're 2-1.
Well, yeah,
close.
There was a serious buzz going on in the gym that day.
Again, just a blast shot there. He just was real aggressive and not going to be able to score because we're going to end the period. So it's going to be 2-1 going in the second period. Again, Lutzow in the black singlet. He'll have the 2-1 lead. He gets choice.
You know, Mike, when you talk about that, you mentioned my personal favorite. The reason that I liked that semifinal match with Hutter was just a great match. But my son promised my wife that he would win the tournament because she was in the hospital. And that just was like you don't go out there and do the Joe Namath. You know, you don't guarantee things if you don't back them up. So I like that part. Lucas Roth, though, man, you brought back some memories there.
Yeah, that's a name from the past.
Did we have problems on the board about all that?
And the Montini boy riding tough here on top. Keeps the half, and I've been seeing a lot of the tight waist rides here, Andre. A little bit different from things we see down in our area, and they're very effective. These kids must have real strong forearms and grips to be able to do that.
So you'll run some of that in practice this week, right? Just kind of, do you, like, when you see stuff like that, do you introduce it? You know it, but do you introduce it? Maybe one kid or two will pick it up, or?
It's something you try and always teach kids, like Coach was saying from Northwest, try and teach kids that can do it. You don't teach it to everybody, and maybe a kid who's got a good, strong grip with those short arms, and he's physically so strong with that grip that it makes it just as tight. That's the big difference in coaching. You can't teach everybody everything.
Some coaches don't know that. Seriously. Some coaches try to robot everybody.
It makes it real hard unless you can just recruit kids who are going to do your thing. Maybe some colleges can do that, but I know in the high school level that'd be awful hard.
Oh, yeah, because you got all type of talent levels in high school.
Again, we're 3-1 now, about the middle of the second period. Lutzow still leads.
They're asking online who's got the best singlets here. And one guy says, well, at least Montini's got a lot of them.
See, I'm old school. I like these real simple ones. This Crystal Lake one, I could deal with that all the time, just so that you know your school, one color. But there are some beautiful, fancy types of singlets some of these places.
See, to me, this is the Mike Benefield era singlet that Montini kid has on here. That's the one that I remember the most. Then they went to the horseshoe on the butt, and it just blew up from there.
We're 3-1 inside 30 seconds. Nice shot. Again, he just shoots and tries to be real competitive and mean to finish things. Just notice his technique's not real pretty, but he just drives and drives the whole time he's under there. And now we'll go to the third.
I was expecting a little bit more out of Vrbenec at this point. We'll see what he's got in the third.
He's going to take bottom. Obviously plans on getting his escape, and we'll see if he's got a game plan to get a takedown in order to do it. But for right now, Lutzow's really impressed me with just coming at you and not doing it real pretty, but just coming at you real aggressively to try and score. There he basically cuts him, so we're a minute and 50 seconds left. It'll be 3-2. We'll see if Vrbenec tries to get it going here, Andre.
Seventh place with 147 points.
Again, Lutzow's just controlling that wrist, and that to me, you know, that's just a way to waste time. Now he's even locked up the Russian.
It's just a baseball grip.
Yeah, exactly. Same deal. If you got a good, strong grip, it's real effective because there's nothing anybody can do to get it off.
In fourth place, 160 points.
Vrbenec basically needs to shoot from a distance then because he can't get in those ties.
He's tied with 178.5 points.
But when you say that shoot from a distance, first you got to have the confidence that you have a good shot.
And again, that might not be his best move. It might have to put him out of his comfort zone.
You got to be able to get a takedown. It's a 3-2 match. You got to have that one move you know you can get a takedown with.
Well, I know in practice you work on that all the time. What are you going to do late in the match? What's your go-to move? So these kids know, but sometimes it's just not there. I mean, the guy gets his stance, something you're not used to, and you got to force it at some point. And there's just another blast shot where he just drives and drives and gets the takedown. So he'll take a 5-2 lead. This one's still not over. Vrbenec can get to his feet, get the one. He's right in it.
He got dumped on his own shot on that one and just didn't score it.
I think I just heard the team score update. I think they said 178.5 tied Iowa City West and Marist, and Montini in the lead. I believe they said 203.
Yeah, that's pretty legitimate. They can't be caught in this particular thing. So Montini will win the 24th annual Dvorak Invitational. Nice job for them these last couple of days.
Been pretty quiet on the internet about Montini this year. I mean, just like Zippo. Tend to forget they're out there.
You know, I think you take Marmion kind of out of the picture. I think that created a lot of discussion last year.
Well, it made it interesting when you had two quality types of programs and it could come down, and then when they got thrown both into the same regional, that even made it more interesting as far as listening to your talk on your boards or whatever.
We got big one though. Was it January 20th? Oak Park River Forest versus, is that Sandberg? Or is that against?
I think Montini wrestles OPRF, right? Is that right?
Is that what it is? Maybe?
I think it is. I got to check the date, but we might have to look into possibly coming up for something like that.
We need to do that one.
We're 20 seconds left, 5-2, and the boy from Crystal Lakes looked real solid here as far as doing some stuff. Got the legs scissored, riding him with under 15 seconds.
Speaking of that, where's Jaguar? Jaguar, where are you?
Jaguar is sick.
He's sick.
He's sick. Yeah, he actually texted me in the middle of the night. He came down with the flu, so.
And
I got the flu. I'm here.
There will be our champion at 138 pounds, Clayton Lutzow from Crystal Lake Central. Senior record now 16-4. And those two, both AA schools, Andre, we could see that down in the state tournament also as far as maybe a rematch somewhere along the line.